Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and I am going to actually put a video up again of a Kingdom Death model. That sounds like a big challenge or chore, but I hate to say it, it is. I have put together God knows how many partial videos of things that I just haven't finished. I've got so many Kingdom Death models that I just got frustrated with and set aside, and it's been weeks, if not months at this point. But that changes today, from this moment forward, and it's been a good long while since I posted a Kingdom Death video. We are going to put one together. This is a recent model. This is the Mist Raikin Armor, I believe, and there are two versions of this. This is another of the photoresin 3D printed high-end stuff that Kingdom Death does, but there is an armored version and a totally unarmored version, walking around in her underwear version, if that is your type of thing. So we've got the model here. We've got some gear. Petrichor Stockholm. And some Petrichor sleeves. You can see our unhelmeted version of the Mist Raikin Armor, as well as a helmeted version. I thought she had pants on. Maybe she didn't. Very furry. Very raccoon-like. We've got our glossary card here. Let's take a look at the actual model. Hopefully she is in good condition, traveling great distances to appear on my tabletop. So you can see here, she is molded, whatever you want to say, with the helmet attached. It looks like there's a face in there. I can't actually tell. I think so. I guess if you're really hardcore and you want to try to paint that face inside there, be my guest. I'm not going to bother. Casting quality looks really nice. Very sharp. What do we got in here? Big raccoon samurai sword. Complete with fur. Or paws, I can't tell. Top of the helmet. Tail, naturally. I don't know where the tail is supposed to go. I'm assuming just like stick it right there, maybe? I don't know. And then, as is always the case, it's not Kingdom Death without a lantern. So, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and I do like the fact that she will have a pretty good contact point. There are nice, solid spaces on the bottom of both of her feet. Obviously, if you want to pin her on the base, always a good idea as well. Definitely enough room to do so. And it looks like the parts are all somewhat keyed. Not exactly, but somewhat. So, I mean, I don't even see any little supports needing trimming. That's nice. I'll put her together, and I'm going to grab a few of the other random Kingdom Death models that I have had sitting here needing to be filmed in one way or another. So we'll just go ahead and grab whatever's handy, get to moving on with them, and we'll put some paint on them soon. So, sit tight. Alright, we got our Mist Raikin all put together here. Give you guys a good look. And as far as I know, it was actually still available on the website at the time that I filmed this. I'm going to just take off that blue tack for a sec. So again, you can kind of sort of see the face in there. Not exactly, like I said, kind of sort of. Everything fit together really nice. And like I also said, I don't think I actually had to really do any cleanup. she came really, really well cast. So for all the naysayers about 3D printing, I mean, this is a nice looking figure. And I'll be the first to admit also that some of the earlier, older photoresin stuff was definitely a little bit more obvious in its origins, for lack of better words. And so while I was putting her together, I actually stumbled across a few other models that maybe at some point I was going to do a video on, and I never did. I don't even know what they are anymore. Like the Death High janitor, who had individual pieces for his tie and his headband there. That was fun. He's a good sized model. Of course, she is too, and I'll show you in a sec. See if I can get things a little more jiggly with the camera. Let's zoom it out a little bit. I don't even remember what this is. Is this the Blushing Owl armor? I really like this one. This one I thought was really cool. I have absolutely no clue how I'm going to paint that, but it looks neat. I think that's a guy as well in the Blushing Owl armor. A Lucy variant. I don't even know what she's called, and I have no idea. She's going to have to get pinned to a base. I think she's actually supposed to be like at an angle like that. So that's going to be a challenge. Almost as much of a challenge as gluing that hair of hers like that. And keeping that hand in one piece with the shuriken. That was fun. Hands everywhere. And another random Death High. This is an older one too. Was this the Enforcer? I feel like this one's got more of the anime thing going on there. I thought grabbing a couple other models just to kind of give you guys an idea of how large these are. You're not on a base. Okay. One of the few fully armored ladies in the resin line. She might have been photo resin. I don't remember now. That was fun. I could not get a bowstring, which they cast, unfortunately, in one piece. She was pretty tall, too, but these two are actually a little bit taller than her. A couple of other contemporary female models that may not get as much screen time outside of my channel, unfortunately. I've mentioned many times, I really like the Barbarian Aya. I think Poots did too, since they made the painter scale version of her. She's one of the largest Kingdom Death models. And while she's big, she doesn't overshadow this girl in the armor. Like we did say earlier, there is an undressed version as well, if you'd rather have her completely scantily clad. The Cat Maid, I believe, was only on Black Friday. So maybe she'll show up again. I don't even know. Just because I have the janitor here as well. We don't have a lot of men in the Death High line. We've had the Preacher. I think that was the Preacher. I forget what she was called. What was that girl called? The newbie? Neophyte? I don't remember. She's a Death High figure as well. Just gonna grab a couple other guys here. Just because I can. Our owl armor. What these figures are called anymore, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. That owl armor is really big. I mean, our Arabian looking friend here is a more recent figure too. He's still kind of dwarfed by the owl armor here. Same with our plastic Gorm from the Gigalion set. Two quite obscure figures that show up every now and then. The Twilight Cloak from the canceled Lantern Festival. It was a Black Friday guy. Sometimes he shows up. Same with, what was this, the Nameless? The gender switching ones. So, there you have it. Fun stuff as always. Just the absolute variety of figures we've seen. I know a lot of people love to complain about the repetition and lack of clothing of some of the sculpts and designs, but it is nice to see with the photoresin stuff. The quality, I feel, is really getting up there. Definitely, I feel like it's matching some of the resin stuff. The qualities of the casts, the ease of building them rather than the tiny little parts. They're really good stuff, and they do tend to pop up quite regularly on the shop, since these are all cast in-house, I believe, with their own printers. And if not, it's somewhat much more locally sourced than the resin which they usually were getting from France. So if you do have an interest in any of these figures, check their website quite regularly, because things shift and change on a monthly basis. So if you see it, there's a good chance it might be there. And if you hit them up around Black Friday, there's an even better chance you might get it cheap. So always keep an eye out. And hopefully we'll be seeing plenty of the new stuff from the Gambler's Chest in the near future, because you can guarantee I'm going to be slowly building my way through that. We'll see how that goes. So, I guess with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.